Jeanette was saying 42 would give us a 27.
Said 6 is what I had. 27.6.
And keep going.
Write an article for him.
I mean, there's nothing secretive about it.
Doing the tricks.
SDC Rhythm XP is still in the middle of the debriefing here.
Math is hard.
I didn't catch too much of it.
We're just figuring out what our final average is.
Okay. But we don't have numbers for round 10 yet, do we?
No,
Okay.
we watched it.
I was gonna say it's a knowable thing.
Oh, of course you have.
You got video.
You're giving them the
I'm
video.
giving him the video, yeah.
That's Justin, by the way. Justin, the video. Justin, and this is SDC Rhythm XP, and we're at the end of the International Formation Skydiving 4-Way Championship in Eloy, Skydive, Arizona. And let's begin with you, Justin. That was a tough meet for you.
It was a tough meet, yeah. Yeah, I had a hard opening the day before, and I was really glad it didn't take me out. Some rest, some ice, some good drugs. Ibuprofen. Yeah, so I was able to do it. I'm really glad. Yeah.
Able to do
Yeah.
it perfectly.
Perfectly, yeah.
Justin's awesome.
Yeah, from what I heard yesterday, I was it was Friday, right? Sorry,
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
So I was, it sounded like, oh my, maybe they need new video, or
Yeah.
they may not even be able to do it. You were considering that, probably.
Mhm. Yeah, it was the hardest hit I've had, so it was quite the shock to the system.
Yeah, somebody said something on the camera got even bent or disconnected. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yes.
The cameras were halfway out of the housing.
We're glad you're okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Does it still hurt?
Yeah, at the end of the day is when it's the most sore, just due to the jumps. But
Are you still under drugs, or is it back to just beer now, or just beer, wine, or the
might take you up on that. Yeah.
the normal medicine?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, how was it for SDC Rhythm XP? Yeah, that was the first outdoor competition after the NSL Cloud Mondial, which was kind of a, what we call it, a hybrid thing, kind of online, better than nothing competition.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It's great.
Well, thanks for you participating in it. It has been a pretty turbulent time for Rhythm. Tell us first, how did you manage to complete the 11 rounds for the money? Not everybody knows the story. Now some I've tried to get across, but give us a quick rundown of it. How did you do it?
It just took a little while, a lot longer than we wanted it to, over kind of 2 camps between kind of injuries that we had and dealing with weather and the different drop zone situations and everything. It took a little while longer than we wanted it to, but eventually.
How many different drop zones?
2 different jobs.
Just 2.
Two on.
Yeah.
I saw the difference between Paris and Florida. It's pretty easy to see that.
Yeah.
Pretty obvious. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Drew, you were a part of the troubles which were out there because your shoulder went bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a little bit of an injury to my shoulder, which I was able to keep training through. But there were some restrictions that we had when we were jumping, just kind of certain blocks that with my left shoulder that would affect my left shoulder. We had to kind of hold off with or take it easy on.
So you did all the blocks first, where you didn't need the left shoulder that much, and then we carefully went to one with the easy blocks for the left shoulder, and then
Essentially, yeah.
at the end, like the block 6s, the starty ends, and similar.
18, 11, yeah.
11.
I try to really wrench it out of his hand if I can.
Right, you had to be careful with him, Steve, right?
Careful's not my forte.
He breaks things.
I bet
Yeah,
he
he does.
So seriously, in which order? So you did probably like the jumps with block 7, 14 and all those, you know, and whatever was a random, but it was a technical draw, right? The Cloud Mondial draw was as tough as it could get, right?
Yeah.
Let's compare it to here now. Let's compare the Cloud Mondial and this one here now. What do you...
I mean, this is the fastest draw probably
Pretty fast draw, yeah.
maybe ever seen. I mean, 2 rounds that
Essentially
are
all random.
yeah, essentially all random. So like in 2 rounds, scoring at least 90 points, 90 to 100 points is makes it fast, you know.
And round 11 was 3 blocker, right?
Yeah.
Which it kind of has to be if you're.
hmm But yeah, so kind of going from the very technical to a very fast round, or very fast draw, and even in it, it was like started with the all random, then triple blocker, 2 triple blockers, and then another fast round. So kind of throughout the meet, it went back and forth.
And not a lot of memory.
Yeah. Yeah, so it made this meet really fast, which is fun. You know?
Extremely different, right? Interesting. And I mean, I can guarantee that the Cloud Mondial really came out of the head. I don't know, you know, I'm sure they did the same thing here, but you know, so by coincidence, one extremely slow. I think I remember Christy, you know, for us 4-way veterans here, or whoever has been in there for long enough, I think there was one competition with 1 sequence of only random formations and 1 with a block 9 in there and thrilling. Do you remember? I think that
There was a
Sounds
nationals
familiar.
here in 2016, I think, that had an all random in it, but I'm not sure.
There was a
about
year where there was a string of all randoms. I don't remember one having that and like the 9. I think there might have been one that was like an all random and then like a fast 5 jump, right? Which can get kind of close to that too.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder if it was in 2012 or maybe even at the World Challenge or whatever. But again, yeah, extremely different here in the soup. So, do you like or do you hate the fast sequences? I mean,
I love
I'm
that.
asking-
everybody likes the fast
Like, that is
sequences. I
like
mean, I
the
wanted
best
to-
thing ever. Oh yeah.
I like it, but I'm more nervous.
For sure.
I'm more nervous in a all
But
random
it's
event.
a higher risk. There's more that you can lose on it, so you're going to be a little bit more nervous on it. So it's more fun, you know, to compete at that highest speed.
I always just remember Fury's 2 years in the Bedford meet when we had a couple years of all random, so we did well. So it makes me happy.
Yeah, there was a time when Buddy Flight Bedford and Paul, he always set one,
Yes.
right? So it was not by coincidence. That
Actually,
was-
I believe the first year it happened on accident, and
Yeah.
then he saw how excited everybody got, so then he did it on purpose this year.
That's what I heard.
maybe it was in Russia 2010. I think there was
That was very fast, yeah.
there was one pure random sequence, and
Yeah.
maybe there was that's the other one. with
That
the-
could be.
That
the
was-
second fast one.
Yeah, that was probably the previous world record before Australia.
Well, I'm asking that question because here at this specific meet, I haven't done the numbers yet, but it seems like for the slow sequences, you and Airspeed were very close to each other, and then on the fast sequence, bam, there it went. So there was a significant, I don't know how much it was. No, it was like 13 after round 5 or so.
Not sure, but
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that, points, just because of the fast sequences. So what are you gonna do?
work on the fast
Maybe
sequence.
work on the
fast sequences.
Like,
But
makes it
also,
really
too,
easy.
Tess, we talked about how like it does feel there were a couple mistakes that we made that cost us big on those rounds. So it wasn't necessarily that we were slower at that much slower at those rounds. We made some mistakes that
Yeah, round 1 we had a glitch out the door, and that cost
a few seconds, which turns
4
into
seconds and all
many
random.
points.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of the videos yet, so we
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get them soon and can take a closer look what happened everywhere. Isn't it easier to make mistakes on the fast ones?
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's just they're more expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have more opportunities, so you're doing the sequence more and more, so there's more places where you can make a mistake.
And it is also, I mean, at least that's how it always was for me. It's more challenging to memorize it. 3 blocks I always find like it's like a holiday. The blocks so well, you just put them together, and then so it's not really a memory challenge, but 5 randoms that you've never done in that order. You know, I feel that is
Yeah, and we even took an alternate A on the all random sequence on round 1.
at a competition you took an alternate.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah,
we
we
trained it,
practiced that.
so like.
Oh, so you have it done in the training.
Yeah. Not that it was unfamiliar, just different.
So you will work on, I mean, that's it seems like you also have an opponent at the World Championship who is pretty good with the fast sequences, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I heard they like the fast sequences and they're pretty good with that. So how much of your training are you going to put into that? I mean, do you see that actually possible to, or is Hayabusa so far away with the fast sequences that how can we ever catch them?
No, it's absolutely possible. Of course. Like,
It's easier to catch them than it is for them to get that much further away from us. So we have a lot of advantage, like when you're trying to close a gap like that.
That is very true, actually. Yeah, so the pressure's on them now. Well, they know that.
Hopefully not. No, they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
Don't tell them not to worry.
They're listening.
Take off the rest of it.
Yeah, so that'll become very interesting. But I think they're a little bit worried too because they are on a pretty long break, between
unfortunately.
September and February, I believe. They have no jumping at all, no tunneling probably either.
yeah.
So how is your situation now in our environment here? You have been able to train not as much probably as you were thinking, hoping.
Yeah, for sure.
What's the
It's more
situation?
limited, but we do what we can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a good schedule planned from now until the world meet, but who knows what's going to happen with restrictions or if
Yeah, I don't
anything
think
changes.
anybody knows what's going to happen in the
Yeah.
future, as kind of the whole year has been. So
We've
we've got to roll with it.
Yeah, we have a great plan in place, and hopefully we get to execute it. But some of that's out of our decision, out of our ability.
And you're juggling back and forth between Skydive Chicago and Skydive Sebastian and Paris now too. Is it like a triangle?
Yeah, they were lucky. I was lucky enough for them to come on out to Paris for one camp to give me a little break from the traveling, take advantage of the good month of weather. So we're bouncing around.
Mostly Sebastian right now in the wintertime. Maybe one more Paris in the spring. And
So
then
you-
once it warms up in Chicago, back out to Chicago.
California girl moves to Florida for a little while.
I think after judging from this last camp, maybe we should have extended the California one a little.
No more
Yeah, we
hurricanes.
got
No more hurricanes.
Hurricanes were pretty rough for
I heard
our
that
last camp.
hurricane season is over now.
Well, we thought so too. It went into November.
Yeah.
It
6
gets
or
longer
7
and
days on the
longer.
ground proved it otherwise.
Yeah, so the weather was something that you were dealing with there in Florida at least. How was it in the Midwest in the summer? Was it okay?
Weather was really
Weather
good.
was
Yeah, it
good.
was.
Weather was really good.
So what is the plan exactly? How many is then the next year really like the rhythm project and the coachings and the camps and the big ways and all that kind of stuff? Is it all taking the back seat now for?
It's all classified information, Kurt. No, we have a great balance between training as much as we believe we need to achieve the goal, and then in the other time, we are working as much as we want to and making sure that we have enough time off personally to be ready and feel ready to execute our training plan.
It was an amazing effort for you for both things. First the Cloud Mondial was, again turbulent, then training, then hurricanes, then coming here. There's not much traveling going on right now. I don't know, how people are aware of that actually. I have a lot of respect and for what you did, because it's a big deal. It sounds so easy. It's ESP's home turf, and there's not, traveling is difficult and so forth. that was not easy to arrange, not easy to squeeze into the schedules and all that. Was it worthwhile?
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to do meets as much as we can, and we know that it's always a sacrifice of time and more money and even jumps, but the experience is you can't replicate. So also, you know, we thought about this amongst ourselves. It's why we do it, right? I mean,
Well, true.
Yeah, right.
It is,
Right.
it is the good bit.
So very few competitions, you know, like Steve said, this is why we do it. We
So
don't
it's
train to
actually
train.
fun for you. You're saying
Absolutely,
that
yeah.
for competition is fun.
Competition
Oh,
wasn't fun,
I thought
I
it's all
wouldn't do it.
work and training and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
This is the reward for all the hard work we put in throughout the season, like to be able to go execute and go do this. You know,
Well, I'm on the same page with you. I'm not
Absolutely.
competing enough, but
compete as much as you can. I tell everybody, compete as much as you can.
yeah, that which will at least for the shorter time period coming, everything is cancelled, right? Wind Games
Yeah,
and
that's
World
unfortunate.
Challenge and World
Well,
Indoor
not Dubai,
World
right?
Meet.
The World Meet, yeah.
Dubai
There's
is
a meet in Dubai in February that's on.
yes, so that seems to be still in the planning.
Mhm.
Shamrock is still in the planning. We'll see if anybody can travel at that time.
Mhm.
You know, that's we'll still have to see, but not much at least going on at the moment.
Not in person.
We may have to, and we may have to do cloud mondials every month. But I'm planning on that too, just in case. You
Yeah.
know,
We'll find different avenues to be able to compete against other people. I mean, there's nothing that replaces the in-person competition, but at least it's we have a place to see comparisons and to still try to get yourself into a meet environment and meet mode.
And you know what? I got really tired of the Zoom meetings, the NSL Live Talk on Zoom, and I'm so happy that here
in person. Yeah.
we can finally talk to real people at the same time, not to a screen. So that's another thing, you know, what you mentioned, of course, you know, the social part and the fun part of a live meet, drinking a beer in a moment, and all that, you know, together makes a big difference.
It does.
Well, good luck to you,
Thank
to
you.
all of us.
Thank you.
Thanks,
And
Kurt.
hopefully very soon we'll have something again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe in February in Dubai, who knows? That would be nice.
And thanks for everything that you do, putting on the Cloud Mondial and coming out here and covering all this stuff. So just thank you for all that.
For sure.
Thank you, I appreciate the credit. It was a painful trip this time. Well, the award ceremony is waiting, so get ready for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Gary.
Bye, guys.